Check my 1 2.
1 2.
It's my brother Ras.
It's my brother Mike. It's just there for you know what I mean. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
This weird. I like this is proper. Hey, this is a nice cloth. Whose cloth is this one?
Mine. I found it in the cupboard, and I was like,
you just used it.
I was like, but this one has got like diamond things in it.
It's nice.
And she was just like, use it.
It makes it look very like we're at African something. Chophouse.
What's going on, good people? My name is Nii Evans.
And I am Mikey J Asante.
And this is the Chophouse.
Indeed, the Chophouse.
So the idea here is me and Mikey have decided to come together to, you know, look at what's going on and put our 2 cents in. Yeah, and so that's
you see, because everything has been at 98, so it needs two more. That was a dead joke, bro. But I thought try to see if I could drop that in to make sense to the 100%.
I appreciate what you was trying to do there. I appreciate what you was trying to do there. But either way, look, it's another podcast, but it's me and Mikey, so that's what makes it special. Now, every episode, I go around and I gather up lots of different things from the internet, and I bring it to Mikey, and I want to get Mikey's opinion on stuff because you know that's what we do. Yeah. That's what we do.
We chop it up from time to time on certain topics, I guess.
Exactly. And so the format is here. I'm gonna find some silly stuff. I'm gonna find some serious stuff, and you know, just throw it out there, see what happens. Right. However, for this first episode, I decided that I wanted it to have a theme.
Okay.
And the theme is the toxicness of the internet.
Oh, man.
In particular, I'm looking at the men. Okay?
Bro, the internet is mad toxic, fam.
And the thing is, I feel like
sometimes you have to stay away from a lot of things.
You know what's sad is it's almost like the toxicness of the internet has become a part of what the internet is.
Yeah, in part. You know what's funny? I think things have changed with it though somewhat. Mm-hmm. Because like you got stuff like the manosphere that's now entered. And
there's a lot of toxicness inside that as well, though. Yeah,
it's like now you're getting a community. You get communities of toxicity. Where back in the day, I felt it used to be like trolling. It was more trolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now there are people who really believe in the thing that they're really toxic about. Yeah, it's so like a movement.
You're spot on there. And I think in certain parts of the internet, the movement has become a little bit dangerous. It's become a little bit dangerous.
This could be a very deep podcast that you're about to.
Well, we'll see what happens, innit? We'll see what happens.
This is stress, bro. I'm thinking, yo,
No. We got jokes. So this episode is a bit like a toxic Olympics. Yeah. So we're gonna start.
Toxic Olympics.
Yeah. We're gonna start. You know, nice and easy, and then we're gonna work our way up.
When does that happen in the Olympics, bro?
In this toxic Olympics, that's how it works. Okay, cool. It's different.
So this might be a theme, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
do this again.
We might. Well, this one obviously, like I said, is man heavy.
Okay.
So the next one will be female heavy.
But are you serious, bro? Do you want to try and go down that road?
I want to beef people.
Huh?
Listen, I know that there's guys watching this right now.
Hello? Hello? Are you serious, bro? You want to first do, bro? With the man thing, I was like, yeah, cool. You want to try to do, okay?
Yeah, let's do the women as well. Listen, no, we have to.
Right.
It's only, but how can we just do the men and not do the women?
This is true.
We
can't do men and do that. That don't sound. Yeah.
Why you have to take it there?
I did this. You said it. I said, yo, I need to pull you up. I'm not being a good family member if I don't pull you up. You know what I mean?
Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
All right. What we're gonna this first.
Okay.
This first video, right? When I first watched it, I was dying. I was actually crying. Yeah. Oh. But I felt like, you know what it is. We all know it's hard for short men. We all know life is hard for short men. Yeah.
What do we class as short? How tall?
5 foot.
Okay.
Well, is that not short?
Said what?
Is that not short?
5'7" and under is short.
Oh wow.
Okay, 5'7" and under. Okay.
Wow.
So and you know that's from
5'7" under.
But we know life is hard for short men. So we also know that it can be, and we also know that in some instances, short men like to overcompensate. Okay.
True.
We know that. True. But I felt what was sad is like, even this short man, as accomplished as he is, as accomplished as he is, right. In this video, all of his accomplishments, all of his money, it meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. I'm not gonna say any more, We're gonna play the video, and then we'll see what's going on. So you see here.
Any sound?
No, there's no sound on this video, right?
Okay.
So we see, obviously, we've got Anthony Joshua,
him, man.
the goddamn sugar,
Adonis.
the Adonis,
Yeah, man.
next to Floyd Money Mayweather.
Look at him.
Look at the paw! Bruv, this hurt me. This hurt my soul. He doesn't even know what to do with his hands. Like, shall I lean in? Shall I lean in? Shall I lean in? Anthony's just smiling. Look at that.
You know what's funny is that this doesn't look too bad.
Wait.
It doesn't look too bad. Oh, are they going past him?
Did you see? Did she? Is this bit? Pause.
Oh.
It's this bit, right?
Look at
It's this bit. It's the way
she led in Anthony Joshua.
But before the leaning, yeah. So it's like, imagine you're having a bad day, yeah, but you just think you're having a bad day. But it's when other people can see you're having a bad day. So it's when
Wait, hold on. Is that what we're really seeing there?
listen, right? When she walks past him,
maybe you can see it better.
when she walks past him, yeah, and blanks him like he's not there, Anthony sees it as well. And obviously Anthony's seeing what's going on.
Seriously, can we rewind this?
And
Melly?
it's the pity. Bring him in. The fact that Anthony's arm is so long that it can stretch the woman and reach him.
What it is, they both think she's gorgeous.
Now watch.
Oh, she.
Now watch arm.
She.
Come on, bruv. You're all right. You're all right.
What is toxic about this though?
Right.
And
This
Mayweather
is-
he's the better.
this
boxer,
is-
He's got the better credentials.
This is what I believe,
Yeah.
is payback for being a toxic individual.
Really,
Yeah.
Russell?
I'm stretching, maybe I'm stretching a little bit, but
Okay, go on.
this, I believe, because it's like Floyd has said some really questionable shit in his time.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's done some very questionable shit. For me, my man has been too ostentatious in the past with all of his money.
The word ostentatious.
Ostentatious.
Someone
Yeah.
went to school, university.
And I just think what happens, this is what happens when you don't know how to grow old gracefully. Yeah. And you get caught out in situations like this. You're standing there next to Anthony, like you and him are the same pedigree. You're not.
Bruv, but to be honest, and obviously I'm a fighting man. I like fighting and all of that stuff connected with like MMA, boxing, etc. He hasn't got a pot to piss in next to me.
No. You know what? You're absolutely right. But I'm talking about commercial value.
Fully, no. Anthony's
Like
he's a superstar.
Look
you
at- 'cause-
Mayweather is a boxing legend.
there you go.
That's what I'm saying. Anthony,
Anthony, whatever you want to call it.
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony.
AJ. You know, in terms of accomplishments, what Mayweather has done has been an impeccable fight. Obviously, he's 50-0, and like he's managed to show and be dominant throughout the ages. And AJ's on his way, he's doing his thing, but he's a superstar. Like, you know, and he's a very handsome man. Bro, I don't know. I don't know if this is toxic to me, if I'm honest.
Like I said, we're starting off softly.
This is super soft.
We're starting off softly.
I'm glad, thank you.
Yeah, I can't just hit you with the wham.
Bro,
the thing is, I was going to, and at the last minute, I changed it
I
around.
did feel it from Mayweather, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie.
But then
Do you think it only happened because he was short? Or because he's next to Anthony Joshua?
I think it's a combination of things. I think it's because he's short. I think it's because he can be perceived as an arsehole. And I think because it's Anthony Joshua.
I think it's Anthony Joshua.
Like, standing next to Anthony Joshua, he has no star quality. He has no star power.
Mayweather, bro.
He doesn't. Because I'm going to take a stab and say that most of the people there aren't really boxing fighting people.
Fair.
Yeah. They're just like, oh my gosh, Anthony Joshua's doing a meet and greet.
Women, possibly, but maybe this gentleman.
I'm like, you saw even when the guy came along, he acknowledged, he's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But they were everyone was kind of walking past him, it's true.
Yeah, so I'm just
dear.
But yeah, I laughed because I just thought, that's what happens when you're
I
around.
don't think it's because he was short, though. I think it's because he was next to Anthony.
No, I think it's short. It's 'cause
Can
it's short.
someone tell me what it I don't know.
I think it is literally
It's
Anthony Joshua.
I think if you're from the ends, it's Anthony. And I think if you're from West London, it's Anthony.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
There you go. Anyway, so I'm going to still keep on a theme of growing old gracefully.
old gracefully,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, here's the thing, right?
So is that the aim? Is that the aim? We need to grow old.
We need to grow old gracefully. Yeah, we need to grow old gracefully.
Okay, fine.
And
Fine.
so this next one, right?
Right.
Here's the thing, bro. In my time, I've dyed my beard once or twice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Like when I've dyed my beard,
What
like,
did you dye it for?
the first time I did it, I just did it out of curiosity.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
The
And
second
you
time
liked it?
I was like, yeah, it looks cool, but the second time I did it, I think it was like I was auditioning for something.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
right,
Oh, okay.
you know.
2 solid moments, I
Yeah.
guess.
But for me, I'm like, this process of dyeing your beard, like, and keeping on top of it, drop me out. I'm not involved. I'll accept
Bruv,
my
I
grey
let
hairs.
white grey hairs come, bruv.
But that said, if you're a man and you want to dye your beard, do your thing, bruv.
Yeah.
But I just ask one thing.
Okay.
You do it so that when you're walking down the street, I don't have to wear sunglasses.
Wait.
Because your beard is shining.
That Beijing thing that people use, that black Beijing.
Bruv, I don't know. It looks like lacquer.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like pure oil or something, like slick oil.
Listen,
Crude oil.
we were at a family friends the other day, and he put on a video.
Oh, okay.
DJ Cassidy passed the mic thing.
You know what, that DJ Cassidy, I can't watch them, you know, because of DJ Cassidy.
I put my hands up, yeah. I was not aware of this guy.
Bruv.
I was not aware of this guy.
He's just too cheesy. Whoa, come on.
He's
no.
super cheesy.
Nah,
the clothes were a little bit too flamboyant for
And
me.
his hats,
the
his
hats,
glasses.
it's all a bit
I'm
much.
DJ Cassidy. Nah,
But I love the concept.
Yeah, the
it's like
concept's
the concept,
concept's beautiful.
obviously born out of the pandemic.
And it's full on celebration.
Yeah,
That's what I like. Yeah.
absolutely. So I was watching this. I was like, right, yeah, this is okay. You know what I mean? Da-da-da. And then some individuals came on my screen. Now, bear in mind, I'm sitting and I'm watching
Like
this.
the old New Jack Swing.
Yeah, so we were like,
The soul.
yeah, so like next 112, them type of people there,
okay.
that era. So bearing in mind, we're sitting watching this on a 4K.
Sorry, did Donnell Jones? I know I'm cutting you, but did Donnell Jones come on that one? Because
We watched many. We watched many.
Okay.
We're watching this on a 4K 65-inch TV. All right. Play the video. Play the video, right? So obviously I've had to cut the music because I'm not trying to get. You know what I mean? There's my man in his pause.
Genuine, fam.
Genuine, bruv. Why is your beard like that?
Bruv, it just made his jaw look like, I don't know, like.
The thing was shining.
Bruv, was it shining?
It was. This is what I'm saying. Just grow old gracefully, innit? Accept your grace. But if you're going to die, at least let me at least look at your beard.
But I think this is a style. Certain people do this Beijing black on hair thing like it's a style. They want the line to look a particular way. I actually don't think he's doing trying to look different. I think he's trying to do that style because like who's DJ Khaled does it. I remember there was some guy back in the days when we was kids. He used to do it with his hairline and everything.
It's a mistake.
Maybe it is.
It's a mistake.
But I think it's a style.
But you know what? The thing is, bell bottoms were a style. Those were a mistake as well.
You know what? All of those things left. They shall never come back. But flares will come back though, to be honest.
It wasn't just him though. So if we play on,
more?
yeah, if we play on, look, RL next. Brethren, why?
Are we sure? Oh.
Like why is this necessary?
Bruv, why?
Why is this necessary?
Bruv, look at the line.
Why is
You know
this
what, though?
necessary?
I can grow my beard like that though.
You can grow your beard
I
like
can
that.
actually grow I can grow it up to about here. Like you can see, actually, I'm regrowing it right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can grow up to. About here.
To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit jealous. I'm a bit jealous.
But that looks. But bro, maybe it's just the lighting and the grease. Russell's not having it.
You're really trying to advocate for my man, innit?
I don't know. I'm just trying to, bruv, look at that freeze frame is brilliant. Because that just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right on him.
Yeah, no, it's not a good look. So this either way, that's my message to the man them. If you're watching and you're seeing this and you feel a little bit triggered, it's okay. We're all in the same boat.
And obviously, I'm a man who's lost his hair, so I shave it.
I got the receding thing going on.
No, but brother, your hair's pretty epic.
But one day it will go.
One time I thought we were the same. We were not the same. We were not the same. I was like, oh, Rush, you shaving your hair too? Yeah, me too. Then I started growing it and I was like, oh.
Do you know what? I upset a lot of people with that, you know.
Bro, it's like it was, like I always used to look at R. Kelly and be like, right, it's a bald, and bro, man has a full on hair. Anyway, his name is banished. He shall not be named.
Yeah, well, we don't need to look up to him for anything. But yeah, no, like guys, if you're gonna dye the beard, man, at least just let's keep some level of realism.
Well,
because
so which beard dyeing was you using? Is it just for men?
I'm just using just for men.
Is it?
Yeah, just
That,
for men.
listen, them man must have a monopoly on this dyeing thing.
Yeah, because
I don't know any other.
I don't know any other brand.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I went specifically and looked for that. And I wouldn't, even if I saw another brand, I wouldn't use it.
You wouldn't trust it.
I wouldn't trust it.
It's like me, like a long time ago, I used to use S-Curl, bro. Remember S-Curl? S-Curl was the thing for me, bro. Like, I couldn't use another brand.
Was it even another brand?
Yeah, there was bare.
Like what?
Female hair relaxers. You could use any relaxer. But SKL was the one that we knew as black boys.
I didn't even know there was another one.
S-curl is different to a relaxer though.
Yeah, it's a texturizer. Yeah.
Okay,
But I
okay.
mean, you could use...
Because you had that curly look.
Fam, it was...
I was jealous.
You know what? When I was 7, you know the reason why? It's because obviously, like, you can see it with this beard in the sense that my hair was really thick. So my parents couldn't deal with it. So that's why when we was kids, I just have to sit with rollers. I had to sit with rollers, bro. Curly perm, bro. Like MJ. And you have to understand, that's what it was. Everyone was looking at me like, nah, man's got hair like Michael Jackson. Because obviously everyone had...
No, your hair was curly.
Yeah.
Your hair was curly.
Yes, bro. But then I started texturizing it when I was in my teens. And that was quite a vibe. You saw me with that. Yeah, you did, bro.
I don't remember it.
Oh, well, fair.
I don't remember it. But what I'm saying is...
my God. You putting this on that.
What I'm saying is, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place for everything. Like I said, so listen, I eased you in. Like, those were very light. Those were very light.
Bruv, that was not very toxic.
Not very toxic. Okay, so now we're going to ramp it up. We're going to look at some serious shit. So, about a month ago, Will Smith broke the internet when he tried to break...
The slap was heard around the world.
When he tried to break Chris Rock's face, and he slapped Chris Rock in the name of love and alopecia.
That could be a book title. I didn't believe it.
Love and alopecia.
And I was like, nah, that didn't happen.
The way I flip-flopped from this is stage to this is real to this is stage, and then watching it, because even when you watch it, is the way that he goes for the slap. He does something where you think like, oh no, that's what you do when you try to make a sound when you're gonna slap somebody.
He put his foot down.
Yeah. So all sorts of things. Like,
But then he's had some training. He knows
exactly
to deliver something from his
There
hip.
you go. But anyway, so obviously when all of that popped off, and that was all that graced our timelines for like a week or everything, like everybody had something to say. But one of the most poignant things that people were saying was, because people were like, oh my gosh, it's so terrible that Will Smith has done this, because now people are going to feel entitled that they can just go to a comedy club and just smack somebody.
Yeah, they were saying that, yeah.
And people were like, it's different. You can't go to a comedy club and think you can get on the stage and just slap a comedian, because they're two completely different environments.
And do you know DC Young Fly?
Yeah.
He beat someone up. They came on stage, he beat them up, bro.
There you go.
Like, he protected himself.
There you go.
I guess you are allowed to do.
Which you're allowed to do. And which is what happened in this case. Let's roll the video.
It was quite rough.
Imagine you're just Dave, just minding your business.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
Here we go. Boom.
You see, I haven't seen it like this. This is really good quality. Oh! People have fallen down.
It's the sliding.
And where they run
It's
to?
the sliding.
Yo, bro, the amount of people.
Bro.
You know, I've not seen it like that.
Bro.
Wow.
And so what that showed us is, I'll put a picture of obviously what he looks like, what he looked like after the beating,
What he look like. Bro,
is you can't do it.
the joke that someone made, they said that he looks like when your action figure, the arms are missing, your dad puts it back on and it's just backwards. Your dad just said, let me put it together and put it away. Yeah, bro.
Bruv.
He was finished.
When I saw that picture, his face, his arm, I was like, was this worth it?
Bro, it wasn't. And the sad thing is that it's like they just gave him a license because he did what he did, and I heard he had like a gun with a knife.
Yeah.
But they took him to the back, and then my guy came back.
He
and
got stomped.
said, we just beat an N-word.
Even Dave was like, hold on. And he's gone over the back, got his kicks in, everything like that. But what I'm saying is, so like, there's been lots of numerous things that have come out about the guy. Right. So
Yeah, I've heard I don't know what story is correct.
I mean, it's all over the place at the moment. So obviously, we know that he is some form of musician.
Okay.
He has a track called Dave Chappelle, which is trash.
Are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
What? So what? This was a rollout,
Bro.
He was trying to get clout.
Bro.
Doing this.
Well, so the whole thing is there are other rumors that he is from the LGBTQIA
I heard that first
community.
but I heard another one that he said he was homeless or something and had some.
Well, this is the other thing. So just today, I read an article where apparently when it happened afterwards, Dave said to the police, "Can I go and talk to him for a little bit?"
Okay.
And he's like, "Why?" And then the guy started ranting on about something about his grandma, gentrification,
Yes.
being moved out,
Yes,
this,
that's
that, and the
right.
other.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
So I don't know.
That's so confusing.
But what I do know is
What was his reason?
what we need to learn is you're not gonna achieve anything, yeah, by thinking that you can jump up on a stage and just bust a man in his face for no reason.
But what I've heard as well, bro, is that must have been some lax security. Because number one, that guy should never have got up on that stage. Number two, he came in with a replica thing.
You know what? So I'm with you. I'm with you on one of those two things. He should never have been in the building with what he had. Like that should never have happened. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's another view, yeah. Okay. And where you can see the security on the side of the stage.
They get prepared or something.
And they are like they did what they did. Like they did their best. They did because they are actually running from far, sort of thing. So it's like by the time he's up on the stage, they've started running. But you're too far away to stop anything from happening.
What's it? A big venue.
Yeah.
Stage is huge.
Yeah, over there, right? Yeah. But then it's like, I guess, on the flip side, let's just say, for example, that this guy is a part of the LGBTQI community, and obviously we know that Dave has been having like issues with the transgender community and what have you. But again, I just feel like I feel the irony is. And again, I'm saying this on an assumption. I feel like the irony is that even when you've got a man that is, let's just say he's a trans man, right, still feeling like the best way to try and resolve your issues is just to get up on stage and try and bust a man up. It's like, what's wrong with people?
But do we feel that that's connected? Because obviously Chris Rock was there and he did say, was that Will Smith? Which was pretty hilarious. But like, do we feel like they're connected? We're going to see an upsurgence of people jumping on stages.
I don't think we are now. That had to happen.
That was a lesson. I feel like, because remember, Will was there for a reason. Like, he was there to pick up something, and then no one ever thought that would happen. But in this case, that's just Joe Public just running around,
But Joe Public, the world has now seen, in the way that the world saw Chris Rock, the world has now seen what happens to Joe Public when you get on the stage.
So Russell, what's toxic about that, bro? Which part of that is toxic?
Which part of it is not toxic?
Which even them stomping him out was quite.
Even them stomping him out is quite. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong, I get it.
You didn't need to do that.
But you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. It was always going to happen. And like, listen, it was always going to happen. It needed to happen in order to send a message, because that's just the world that we live in, and I think that's what people understand. But let's not mess about. It's very fucking toxic behaviour.
And that's very dangerous.
Look what you did to his arm.
Was his arm? Yeah, his arm looked like broken.
Like, really and truly, what security needed to do was grab him and restrain him. That's it. Your job is done.
True.
Your job is done.
True. But they might have, maybe if they saw the weapon and they were trying to stop him.
You disarm him. They stomped him out, because it was like the audacity that you think you can do that to Dave. You're gonna learn today, and that's what happened. And it's weird because maybe I'm acknowledging my own toxicness, because I agree with what they did, but I also accept that it's very toxic. Like you can't just.
That's the thing about the Will Smith thing, is that, like, I think this is rather a toxic thought, but I felt like he shouldn't have slapped him there. If he wanted to address that, he could have slapped him behind the stage. And I think, obviously, violence is not cool in any way, shape, or form. Let's just say that for facts. But the bottom line is, he just.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
You think he did the right?
No, I think you said that violence is not cool in any way, shape, or form. I think there are some occasions where violence is appropriate.
Defending yourself is unprovoked, random acts of violence.
Unprovoked, random acts of violence is not cool. Bro. But I even think, that in certain situations, if you are the first person to throw a punch,
then the consequences, isn't it? Listen, that is what it is. But in that circumstance, like I'm saying, we know that it's historical in relation to Will Smith and because the joke that he made, the Oscars where they were trying to Oscar so white and they tried to block all of that, cool. So now, you're pissed off, but you could have easily have just gone, yo, Chris, can I have a word? Gone round the back, you get me? Had a conversation with him in silent, in a private, and make him understand the thing. You didn't need to do that on TV. And the other toxic thing for me was that there was also a moment for Jada to show herself, in the sense of saying, Will, like, she could have just said, yo, chill. You get me? Like, but she didn't.
At what point?
You know
Should she have just ran up? Should she have ran up on stage?
You know your husband, you know your wife. In that certain situation, you glance over and you can see the body change, or you can see the energy shift, and she could have just turned around and said, you know, whatever that their thing is, she could have just said, babe, chill. Or they could have said, we're going to deal with it later. Because you know what he's going to put at stake in that certain scenario. But at the same time, she, you know, maybe that's what she wanted. Or maybe it was Will Smith who did it. Maybe he was already like, nah, I'm handling this. But no one knew he was going to slap. I don't know. But it was kind of... He could have done that behind the closed doors. That's all I think. It's toxic, but...
I think I'm showing my toxic side today because I'm not mad at Will, you know. Look, I fully accept that the behaviour, you shouldn't have done that. Yeah. But when it comes to understand... Afterwards, you had people going like I think it was Jim Carrey. That my man... He went in. And it's like, this is the same guy that 10 years earlier, you're picking up awards and kissing women, like grabbing their face and just kissing up women and thinking that's okay. But why are we going to pretend and act like that what Will Smith done was like some crazy, mad act of violence?
The reason why it was very, very shocking was it was the circumstance in which he did it in the Oscars. It was the fact that the joke could have been taken in so many different ways. She was wearing a green dress. Let me just give you them. I'm not giving you my opinion. She was wearing a green dress, army fatigue-ish. Her hair was shaved. She looked really gorgeous with her hair shaved first and foremost. And G.I. Jane, the notion of who G.I. Jane is not a character who is a negative character. If anything, it's showing a strong woman who's in the army, who's dealing with certain things. Who was also very... When you look at the... Russell's looking at me. When you also look at the actor who played G.I. Jane, it was Demi Moore, very, very beautiful woman. There was enough, because I know all the other side to that. Do you get me? I know all the other side. I could say all the other side. So I'm not standing on the hill. I'm trying to be, not devil's advocate, but I'm trying to be balanced in the sense that it could also have been taken in a positive way. There is a circumstance in what he said, which was, what was it? G.I. Jane, what's it? Going to see Jada in G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah.
And she was also meant to be up for it, but never got it as well. So it could, that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's enough to say.
I appreciate what you tried to do here.
Bruv, all I'm trying to do is be balanced. Because the truth is, the joke, when he slapped him, Chris Rock said, a G.I. Jane joke? Like, it wasn't as harsh as some of the other things Chris has said about Jada.
You know what that is, though? Like, he knew that he overstepped the mark. So even if it's... Rock. Yeah. So even if it's not even, like, in the G.I. Jane joke, you know, like, there's accumulation of things 100%. That have got to this point.
Yes, but I think Will Smith didn't slap Chris Rock. He was slapping the ends. Yeah. He was slapping everyone.
And that's why I'm not even... Look, he's human.
Don't talk about my wife no more.
We all put Will up on this pedestal. He's like some great Hollywood actor. He's a human being. Yeah. Like, he's a human being, brought up in West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground where he spent most of his days, you know, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, cooling, you know, and then just shooting some b-ball just outside of school.
I heard that too.
And then apparently, like, there was a couple of guys.
Yeah, and that's what I heard too. That were up to no good, and they started making trouble in his
neighborhood, you know. And this is the thing. This is what happens. You get in one little fight.
Yeah, and then your mum gets scared.
And then next thing you know,
you're slapping Chris Rock. It's very, very clear. Bruv, like, but it was out of character for him.
Yeah.
You know, and for his brand. That's the big part for me. That's where I think Jada, unfortunately for me, even during and after the fact, she didn't support the protection of his brand. For me. What
do people feel that Jada should have done post-slap?
So I'll talk for myself. Mm-hmm. I think she could have come out and said, I stand by Will. Even though she kind of said it was bad, violence is bad. She had also said previously that, no, that's what she said. She said something like she doesn't need to be defended or something like that. She doesn't need to be, whatever it was. I think so. I think that was what it was. in that circumstance, she could have just said, "I stand by him. We will deal with this as a family." You know, those
No, she said that.
words.
They did say that.
Okay.
And then she did come out and say that as a family, obviously they're going through their shit. And this was like at the start of it, because obviously the red table's come back.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, we will be bringing this to the table
That's
at
what I
some
don't
point.
think they should do.
I feel like they have to.
I think.
Here's the thing. And this is why I always had a thing with Wendy Williams. Yeah.
Okay, I like Wendy Williams.
You
I enjoy that show.
can't have a career
Yes.
rinsing and coating off people.
Yeah.
And then when you're the person that's got the scandal, you don't talk about it. You know,
I just don't think that is the place for this conversation.
No,
Is
because-
my point. I think it could be somewhere else, a bit more neutral.
You know what it is though? Like anywhere else, and this is you know I'm bringing it back to business, but anywhere else, then somebody outside of your family starts to make some bag off of your family's trauma.
I hear that.
So why not you guys? If anybody's gonna make bag off your trauma, why it should be you?
Yourself? And I mean, it is their platform, and they have every right to do whatever they want to do. But I just think someone who's going to ask some really,
You probably need to bring in somebody.
but that's what, bruv, it's different. If you bring someone into your space, then it changes the tone. Like if I take someone out of their comfort zone, you put them in a circumstance where it's totally neutral. You bring a person who's a neutral party who's going to ask both softball questions and tough questions. Do you know what I mean? Then we're going to get solid answers. But do we even deserve answers? That's the other part for me.
Yeah, we do. We do. No, we do. Listen, you if you live your life so publicly,
Yes.
yeah, we deserve answers.
I understand that.
We deserve
Even
answers.
What I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, people will talk about what I create.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And that's fine. You know what I mean? But in some part, this is a family issue.
Yeah. Something's
Something's going on. And I mean, there's all these other reports now of talking about possible divorce.
Divorce, yeah. I you know, I've since it's happened, I've tried my best to advocate for Jada, but if there's a divorce on the table,
Who do you think's asking for the divorce?
I feel like I would hope it's coming from Will.
Oh, okay.
Not that I want him to divorce her,
Okay.
but I feel like what he does not need on top of everything else
To lose his family.
is for people to be like, so she did this, she did that, and then she divorced him.
Bro,
Like,
and you know what? Back to your Wendy Williams point, it's like that is a big thing for me in terms of Jada, like being able to talk, because she called her thing an entanglement. Bro, entanglement. If man them knew the word entanglement, now this is toxic. Back in the day, certain man would be, babes, I'm sorry, it's just an entanglement. It's entanglement, yeah. Nah, bro, you was cheating or you were doing something a bit salacious that you weren't meant to be doing.
no, let's not get it wrong though. Guys for millennials, for millennia, right, have been saying like,
Not
well,
words like entanglement.
they haven't been saying words like entanglement, but what they also haven't been saying is, yeah, I cheated.
Facts.
They've been using all sorts of words.
Yeah, you're right.
But-
bro, entanglement made it sound so, you just untangle it and then it's finished, Like when I used to have tangles in my hair back in the day and I don't have them no more.
But maybe that's what could have happened.
What, they lost their hair?
They-
She did lose her hair, let's be honest.
Oh Lord.
She did. I'm not being mean, but that's what alopecia is though. You lose your hair. Russell. Why are you turning this into something mad?
It's good job Will Smith isn't here.
Bro, that's happened, man.
No, I hear we say that.
Nah, you made that sound.
No, it was
You're
just
getting me back from that other
it was
comment I've
just
seen now.
it was just a bit shocking.
It's a bit shocking. What, do you think that's eating the food? Yeah, bro. Nah, listen.
Alright.
Anyway.
Alright.
I think we spoke about that for a while, man, to be honest.
Now, honestly, I don't want you people to hear me munching.
Yeah.
Honestly, this next video is levels.
Wow.
All right, so there's a show on YouTube called Full Disclosure.
I've watched I actually know where they filmed this. You know where they filmed this?
Where?
I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah.
It's not too far from it.
Yeah. So show called Full Disclosure. And obviously people come on, they bring somebody on and, they want to settle some past issues. This lady brought on the father of her child.
Okay.
And you know what? Just play it. Just play it.
arrested.
No, I didn't get arrested. What happened?
You got
We were
stopped
walking.
and searched.
And what did he say to you?
So, I know he said something like.
He basically pulled man up
Are
and
you
said,
sure you want
do you know my man? Do you know who you're going out with?
Yeah, something like
This
that.
you is
I
does.
should have run.
Yeah, but the point is, you knew from day dot.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Remember, I'm not denying.
So-
at 15 years of age,
What?
the area that I grew up
Don't
in,
make it sound like he was paedophile.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I was only 2 years older than you or
Okay.
something. 3.
I just said at 15
Yeah, but
years
you
of
sound
age.
like man's grooming you or
Yeah, but
something
it doesn't
like
matter what you think. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I told my how it sounded. At 15, come on.
When I was 15, schools
In and out.
didn't know you.
What? Of course the school knew me. I used
What's
to
the
go
name
to
of
the
the old
school.
school?
You know I knew, Evelyn, you know I
What's
know.
the name of your daughter's
One
old
minute, give me a minute,
school?
give me a minute, give me a minute.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Let's. You
Hang
know.
on a moment, bro. Two people can't talk.
No, you're right. You're right. Go on.
I've forgotten. I
Okay.
do know it.
What was the name
I've
of the
been there
school
bare
before
times.
that?
What do you mean?
The school
talking
that
about the
she
primary
just-
school?
Yeah, she had 2 primary schools.
The first primary school, I'll tell you exactly how to get there, fam. You come out your mum's house, you go left. You go straight down to the top, yeah? And then freaking you turn a right, fam, and it's down there. And
What
it's
was
off
the name of her second school?
But you know I know where it was though, yeah? Alright, cool. so
No,
now-
because of,
Stop
Lorraine,
lying. Stop
I'm
lying.
not-
You know I know where it was.
No,
Alright, cool.
I'm saying to you,
Yeah, I don't know the name of it. It was time ago.
no. Kaya has a brother that's the same age as her. Is an abomination.
How's that an abomination?
I feel like it's an abomination.
How? I'm tapping 2 things at the same time. You both have you 7 months apart. What? That's not an abomination. That's joyous, fam. More kids in my image,
Can't
fam.
take it seriously.
What?
I actually can't.
He said more kids than my enemies.
More kids in my image.
Oh, I thought he said than my enemies.
How is that an abomination? I'm
That-
tapping. Imagine that he stood in front of
That is
this woman.
toxicity on a high level. Wow.
See, I told you I had to ease you in.
Yo.
I had to ease you in. I
Bro.
dilly-dallied and I went around the
There are
houses
so many levels
and
to
then
this.
pow. All right.
There's so many levels.
So-
to this. Wow.
So,
And I'm sure you chop like.
bro, this is 2 episodes. This is like maybe over an hour's worth of interview. And it gets worse than that. It gets worse than that. To the point. So these guys, Trend Central, they did was it Blue Therapy? They did
That was fake.
and that was fake. All right. Okay. So when this came along, I was like, this has to be fake. Like it has to be.
But he came on basically international television.
I was so triggered. I'm watching it on YouTube and I've even typed like, please somebody tell me that Lerone is an actor because yeah. And numerous people replied in the comments, I know him. It's real.
Bro, he said, go down, come out my mum's yard.
Right, let's break this down. So there's another point in this video where he's got 9 children.
I feel bad. There was too many thoughts in my head that I don't want to say. He's got 9 children.
He's got 9 children. There's a point in this video where she says to him, how many children would you have if some of the women had not had abortions? And he says he doesn't know. And then she replies back, 14.
Wow, that's an African village. My dad was one of 13. They were used to farm.
Well, the thing is, what makes it worse is the 9 that he has. He does not even have a relationship with any of these 9.
He don't know the name of his daughter's school. Fam.
Listen.
That's a lot.
But you know, so there was even a cliche moment where the woman is given a story of where the daughter is waiting for him to come. She's waiting by the door and he doesn't turn up.
Okay.
And it's just like, bruv, how much of a cliche can you actually be in life? Not to mention, throughout this whole interview, he's sitting there referring to this woman as bro, brother, fam. Does that even make sense?
You're from East London sometimes.
No, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
I feel bad for this scenario because he's out here with his chest.
Yeah.
Like, I know he felt embarrassed in that moment where it was like the school and it was like, when no people can't talk at the same time, just give me a moment. Man was trying.
Thing is, she wouldn't even talk. He just wanted to think.
Get his head, yeah. He could get his head in the game. Then he's like, forgotten. Bruv, I would have said, cut the cameras, I'm out. Bruv, there's no way I'm continuing any conversation that's making me look like that.
You know the thing is,
Because your daughter's going to see that, bruv. Your daughter's family's going to see that. Your daughter's friends could potentially see that, especially later on in life. That is a lot. That's your dad. That's your dad. And I feel bad because that's just someone on the internet who has put himself out there, and you never know. I might meet him one day in his life, in my life, and he might turn around and say, "Fam, I didn't like what you said that." But bro, that's embarrassing.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's embarrassing.
And the thing is, he knows, and you can see it at moments in his face where he's like, "This shit is embarrassing." But also, this is some.
Why are you standing there to continue talking? Did your pride give you that much? Like, yeah, I must stay here to hear this, bruv. I'm leaving. I'm turn this thing off now. That's embarrassing. Nah, Russ, that's toxic. Why are you sitting there to continue talking, bruv? From time she's asked me, "Oh, what's the school?" I'm out, bruv. Even I would lie to be like, "Are you taking me for a dickhead?" Nah, I'm gone. I don't know bruv. I don't know it. Yeah, in my head, I don't know it, bruv. I don't know it, but I'm like, nah, you taking me for a dickhead? I don't know my own daughter's school. Nah, bun you, I'm out, bruv. And I'm driving. I'm gone. No one ever speaking to me again. Russell, no, this guy. Yo, my black brother, I'm so sorry that I have to talk in this way, but no other man should ever. Bruv, I'm leaving. Russell, I'm leaving.
The thing is,
you're not leaving. Nah, shut up. You're not leaving. You're leaving, Russell.
I don't think I'm gonna be there in the first place. Like, this is what I don't understand, yeah?
That is fake.
Let me tell you something.
That is fake, Russell.
I hope it is. You know what I hope? I hope that somebody comes in the comments on this video and is like, no, actually, da-da-da. And they send me his Spotlight profile. And then I look at...
Bro, I'm going so mad. Everyone's going to say, raw. He felt really disrespected, bro. I'm kicking everything down. I'm spitting in the producer's face. How dare she? How dare he? Wherever the person, bruv, I'm going mad.
Oh, mate.
There's no way. Embarrassing, bruv. That's embarrassing. And he has 9 youths.
9.
And what did he say? He had the same.
And then so
same thing,
yeah. It was that at that moment. That's you know when you're like, I can't believe what I've just heard. It was like she was like, it's an abomination that my daughter has a half brother who is the same age as her. And his response was, "How's that an abomination, fam?"
Bro, that's harsh though. I did feel like she did lather that on. That's another child. It just so happens to be born.
No. Because maybe this kind of took her out of context, because what I got from the full thing is that actually she has actually been really active with the other mothers to make sure that her child has a relationship with her siblings. Right. But obviously she's making the point that these 2 children are pretty much the same age.
Yeah.
And that's not on.
But they're here.
But it's not on.
Call them an abomination. To call
the child is not an abomination.
Yeah.
The fact that they are the same age is an abomination.
Yeah.
I don't think that's harsh. I think I can understand that. I can accept that.
I just feel like how it could be perceived or received, that information, because this child is an innocent in all of this.
Absolutely.
And now just has a brother or sister, and I know a couple of people in that circumstance.
But the thing is like, it can't be the child that is an abomination, because if that child is an abomination, then your child has to be an abomination. It's not that. It's that this situation occurred.
Is doing that.
Yeah,
and
what he's done.
Was he married to this woman?
No. Remember, she was 15 when he met. I mean, even the beginning.
I forgot about that, bro.
You know what made?
What are you trying to say? Grooming? Nah, bro. Bun grooming. She's too young.
Bro, he went from. I was only 2 years old. 2 years older than you. 3 years. Then he went 3 years older.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
18 and you were
18.
chatting with a 15.
You were chatting to a 15-year-old.
I mean, anyway, I just nearly put myself in some stuff there.
Don't do that, brother.
I nearly spoke about the fact that you can be older later on in life, and that gap wouldn't be so much.
No, but it's true, because let's not put yourself in it. But
it's 15, bro.
It's 15 because you're still developing. It doesn't work.
But he said grooming, like it's not, bruv. It's nothing to do with grooming. She's just too young.
You at 18 years. Here's the thing. When I was 18, I wouldn't want to talk to a 15-year-old girl.
I would call it grooming.
Yeah?
I think grooming's an accurate description. That's probably why it popped in his head. If you're 18, you finish your A-levels or, you're out of education.
Yeah.
You're an adult, and this is a 15-year-old. Remember, 15 is like year 10.
Yeah,
to an 18-year-old, she's in school.
Yeah, you're in a whole different place.
I would say that's grooming. She's naive. Your experience. That's
you know what?
grooming.
I take that. I hear you. Damn. There was too much in there, bro. That was sad. That was really, really sad. Because if it's true, a lot of damage has been created in a short space of time. In an hour, what you said, 2 hour conversation. Where so much has been exposed, which is going to affect so many different families in a very, very different way.
I feel sorry for his daughter watching this and all of his other children.
Yeah. That's their dad.
It gets better.
There's more.
Not of this. Same show. Same show.
Oh, okay.
Another episode. Another individual. So this guy's name's Castillo. Yeah.
I know Castillo. I don't know him personally, but...
So obviously Castillo,
he's a bit of a comedian.
Bit of an internet celebrity. Yeah. Bringing out some music as well. But bro...
That's exactly how he talks as well.
Brav. Yeah, brav.
Nah, man, brav.
Yeah, let's watch. Let's watch.
Was I seeing other people? Like,
Was you seeing other people? Is yes or no answer?
yeah.
How many?
That's when it gets complicated because then I have
How
to.
many?
No, I have to give you.
How many?
I can't.
Everybody did this easy moves conversation. He said he likes big girls.
The way
You
you're
can't give me a number.
What I mean is in the sense that, okay, best way I can describe it, yeah. When we first got together, I don't think I was ready.
You fell in love but you're still cheating.
Yeah,
That's not love.
it is love. It is love. A man can love someone and then see other people. Okay, look, if I'm just being honest with you, this is how it goes, yeah.
So if I was in love with you but I was out there seeing other people, it'd be fine.
No.
Okay, so why?
That's different. Though.
How is it different?
It's different. It's just different.
How is it different?
I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's just different. Yeah, but this one I'm gonna say. This one I'm gonna say. Like when we first got together, it was literally just you, and I always saw you as my girlfriend. So I always put you in another box as anything. You're the only person that I would.
You're not make. That doesn't make me feel.
No. It's not about making you feel something. I'm just basically trying to make you get something. So for example, if I'm honest, I met you at an event, right?
Right.
We met each other at an event. Yeah. I met other people at that event, but I never took any of those people serious.
Okay.
But the problem with me is, I just kept consistent links with people that I didn't really give a fuck about. But then, you was always my girlfriend.
Wait, whilst we was together.
Yeah. So like, you know, 4 years, I don't know how to put it in a way not sounding like a weirdo. But it's almost like, imagine I had you like at the top, like a main, like a queen or whatever. Like, I see you as that. So meaning in the sense that you know everything about me. You're the only person I'm ever gonna let you in all the way. You're gonna see me, like you're gonna see me through every kind of like emotion or whatever, which you have seen me for every kind of emotion or whatever. But then I had, let's say, 2 people below that, which were just like consistent links. One was like a video model thing, another one was like some older Jamaican thing. And then below that, I would just have like another 4 consistent links that I might just keep there because maybe
You see, she did the right thing. You see what I'm talking about? Bruv, stop the thing. You're not about to disrespect me like that. Yo.
Bruv.
He's just a pimp.
He had tears.
Bruv, he's a pimp.
He had tears.
You know what that is? That is your bottom bitch. That's what they call a bottom bitch. Your main, stable woman that she keeps all the others in line. But obviously, she didn't know that she was the main. And bruv, this guy's a pimp. That slick hair, you get me? He's got that Pootie Tang. You know Pootie
Tang?
Yeah, bruv. That guy who's the character of Pootie Tang, he's got that man. You know what, bruv? That's the one thing that I can't take away from him, though. There's just this authenticity and this realness that he just has. That I'm just listening to him and I'm going, okay. I didn't feel in any way, shape or form like, oh man, like the other guy. This guy, I said, okay, but you just didn't tell her. That's all.
It's weird because it's like, don't get me wrong. I think he's just as bad as the other guy. But it's amazing what delivery can do. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
It's amazing what delivery can do.
It was cool.
Because there's something about Castillo where it's just like, you will laugh at his delivery.
It's mad toxic.
But
there was
fucked up.
Bruv, like that was because you saw her face, the disgust, bruv.
There was a moment right just before she asks it to stop, where you know when somebody's about to cry and your face goes, and it's the ugly face, like the ugly cry.
Bro.
She was about to do that, and honestly, my heart went out to that woman, you know.
Because that's embarrassed. This is what I'm saying, you see?
But she came back.
But Castillo, though, he smashed it. In the sense that he said, it's gonna make me sound like a weirdo. He kind of spoke beforehand and said, yeah, it's a bit, bruv, he had a whole matrix of what it looked like, sound like, felt like in his head. He understood the tapestry of his
He
his
probably
sexual relationship.
he probably has like a spreadsheet somewhere where it's like on Wednesday 2:30 that must be Lakeisha.
Bruv, I don't even know how you keep that all together.
Bruv, it's mad. It's mad. Like you might get a call from one of your links and be like, "Why are you calling me? You know you're tier 4. Tier 4's only call after 10 p.m."
Yo, man, and you know what's mad? This must be so historical because it does feel like the woman had, and I know I'm only seeing it from a clip, but it looked like she's passed this thing. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there must be a little something there that bites her that she wants to kind of clarify or at least face. But it doesn't seem like she's in that position no more. She's not being controlled by his harmful ways, essentially. But bruv, you're right. Delivery, because when he was saying it, I was like, he's actually explaining himself. He's got thoughts. He's got things that are value to him. It's just that's how he sees it. She doesn't see it the same way. But it's like, dude, you never told her.
But you know what the maddest thing is?
She can at least make her own decision if you want to move like this.
You see his response when she flipped it on him and was like, "So if I am telling you that I have got links," he looks so confused.
Bro was like,
no, that's different. This is like, if he could, he would have. He wanted to say, "Don't be stupid. Like, are you dumb?" Like, that's what he wanted to say to her.
I do this to you. You don't do this to me.
Like, he was so confused. Like, even the fact that she had the audacity to actually say those thoughts out loud, he looked confused, like perplexed. Like, why would you say this to me?
Bruv, there's some men who are moving like.
Bruv, it's problematic, mate.
That is
problematic.
Yeah, bruv, that's pimp.
Anyway, you know, I just think if there was anybody that needs therapy, it's that guy.
Seriously?
No. Look, jokes aside,
Yeah.
he's a sociopath.
Whoa.
Bruv, he's not. And you know what? I'm not even saying this like to be
bruv, come on.
Even when he speaks about his upbringing and what he's been through,
Okay.
like it kind of.
I don't know much about him to.
No, he hasn't had it easy. Like, he hasn't had it easy. Like, brought up by his grandmother, didn't know his mum and his dad. It's mad. It's mad. Like, you know, and genuinely, like, you know, my heart even goes out to him in terms of what he's been through. But also, that your pain isn't an excuse to go through life inflicting pain on other people.
True. Hurt people.
So,
hurt people.
there you go.
But sociopath, man.
Okay, that's a bit strong.
I have to say, man.
Now we are fully in toxic land.
Toxic.
Okay, so we started off and it was like a bit like, you know, I was really toxic about this. Now we're immersed. We're immersed. So
these lads,
fresh and fit. These two wonderful looking men. Bro, I don't even know where to start with these two. Like, where they properly came on my radar was on one of their shows. They started to talk, well, what they believe. They were just talking about what their dating preferences were.
Okay.
However, what they actually did was boast about how they don't date black women.
Okay, yeah.
And for me, the two things are very different.
Yeah, it felt like they were being a bit saucy with their jokes as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they were bordering on.
But if we let's play the clip, you know, and it's like, you'll see in a minute. So they're in their setting and they're going over that episode where they brought this up.
It's funny I never used that one, bro. What about the black dating app called Black? It's funny I never used that one, bro. But hey, man. I mean, hey, bro. If you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man. LaQuisha. Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that. Man. We ain't night riders. Nah, so I'm good. You know, sometimes if they're red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark. If you know what I'm saying. Yep. Okay. So last one, guys. All right. So pause. So here's the thing, guys, and I want to make this very, very clear. We got 10,000 plus people here watching.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We are not a politically correct podcast. You know, we say what we want. We say a lot of controversial stuff. It is what it is. Yeah. You know. And that's a big reason why we've been able to build the following that we have. We are not politically correct. We don't care about what people necessarily think. We say we want. Now here's the other thing. We make fun of all races on this podcast. Okay? White, black, whatever. We bring white girls in all the time. Hey, do you like the BBC? Hey, oh yeah, you're a night rider, ha ha ha, whatever. We make fun of Hispanics, we make fun of black people, we make fun of white people, we make fun of everybody. Hell, yesterday we had some white guys in here who were making fun of them. Right? Hey, we got some white bitches in the house.
Yeah, we said every nigga needs a white guy in the background.
Yeah, like we make jokes on everybody. Yeah. This is the reality right now. We live in a politically correct society that can take jokes and gets triggered by everything. If you make a joke, people get mad. You're a colorist. You're a transphobic. You're blah, 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 blah. They're coming after Dave Chappelle for it. It's ridiculous. Wow. Okay?
Put himself next to Dave Chappelle.
When it comes to dating and your personal preferences, no one bats an eye. When women say, I want a man that's 6 feet tall, makes a certain amount of money, blah, 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 those are considered preferences. But if I say, hey, man, I don't date black girls like that. Oh, God.
You hate black women.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
My mom's black. Your mom's black.
Yeah.
My sister's black. Like, bro, you just have a preference.
If we hated black women, would we bring African American women and black women on the show?
Okay, but the question...
This is sad.
Okay.
Because they're saying...
Where do you begin?
Things that, like...
Our dating preferences are our preferences. Just like you have the prerogative as a woman to date a man that makes a certain amount of money, a height, income, whatever it is, no one bats an eye. We are free to choose who we want to hook up with and date. Like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing wrong with having preferences. Why is it when men have preferences considered discrimination, but when a woman has preferences, she's championed for it?
Oh, I know what it is. Our standards.
Exactly.
That's the thing about some of their arguments from time to time, is they create these false equivalents that I don't want to get too epic in it, but get epic, man. They're just straw men. To just destroy the other side. You know, when really the issue wasn't your preference, the issue was what you said and how you said it in relation, just in connection to your preference. Your preference is fine, but then this in the Dark Knight Rider, LaQuisha, you did all the basic similar tropes that a racist would say, and then went on to clarify that same point with other racist things like, my mom's black, my sister's black. When that's as bad as I got friends and they're black. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got a good friend, my best mate's black, and it's like, bro, have a preference, but don't disrespect people as you go along.
Here's the thing: 'cause neither of those guys can tell me that their mum or their sister is sitting watching this, going, "That's so funny." Night Rider.
You know what was challenging though, is what they said were, I wouldn't say funny in terms of like it made me laugh. I didn't laugh, but you can see the way they were putting them together was like a stand-up.
How do you mean?
So he was rhyming. Do you know what I mean? He was
right. Yeah.
He was like connecting the pun with it, and he was doing stuff that a person who was trying to do a joke would do. And in that circumstance, you might turn around and go, "Ooh, that's close to the bone," but you've set up the premise that that's what's happening here. Their podcast is meant to be about supporting and growing, from what they say, men and helping them kind of develop to not be cheated by women, to understand what the nature of the game is, to increase their chances of getting X, Y, and Z. So that's not the setting to make such jokes. And okay, you say, yeah, we're not a politically correct podcast. Cool. But it doesn't mean you can't still offend people. Yeah. That was still offensive. Yeah. To another person. Do you know what I mean? To a person who's of a particular colour, and or even just a gender, just like a woman. You're just talking about black women like that. And I think that's what's challenging, because if it was a comedy show and you've set up, then you've hit the punchline like that, that's a different set of circumstances. You're purporting to be a different a space to empower men. But then this is not a comedy. It's not a comedy show.
But then also going back to the whole preference thing, what I said at the start. There's a difference between having a preference, but then also shitting on a set of people, And then what makes that worse, and I don't care what anybody says, it makes it absolutely worse when that set of people that you're shitting on is your own people. So even in the fact when he's talking about we don't date in the dark, we might do the red bone thing. It's like, bruv, do you know the layers behind the issues that you've got? Bruv, it's a lot. It's a lot. And you can you can dress it up and say, oh, but we say this about white people, and we say that, dude, that shit's problematic too. Yeah, but this shit, this shit is hella problematic, and that shit's problematic too. So don't think that by you saying that everybody gets it, and look, bro,
that's that Family Guy.
When he was like, oh, there was a white guy here, and we were like, oh, something about this is the white guy every nigga needs. It's just like, do you know how dumb you actually sound? Yeah. Like, and then when I mean, I've never liked these guys. Can you tell?
I don't know. I don't know if I can tell.
But when I was like, oh no, you are really as dumb as I thought. So a few months ago, they got into a beef with Abba and Preach.
Of course, I watched the whole thing. Really interesting.
So I've just been catching up.
Okay.
I've just been catching up. So literally just the other day, I watched an interview with Abba. He was on No Jumper.
Yes. Yeah.
And so in the intro to that, the guy has alluded to some beef with Fresh and Fit. So I'm like, hey, what's this? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. So I'm listening, and I'm hearing obviously went on the podcast, said some things obviously on the podcast they didn't agree with. Then afterwards, they've come back, they've done a video, and as Abba and Preach do, they were like, no, you said this, and this is stupid. This is why it's stupid. Mm-hmm. And then because these two little bitches,
Russ.
I don't like them, man. I'm not gonna. I don't like them. All right. Yeah, but they then hit back on the. You lot ain't got as many subs as us. You don't do.
You're doing it for
and when you're like, that's really the measure of a man, innit? Like,
have you seen them on Andrew Schultz?
Bruv, I. You know what's funny is afterwards, Andrew Schultz said he even told them that we shouldn't put this out. But I think this is how stupid they are.
I don't know.
I think this is how stupid. Like, they went on there and was like, no, this works for us.
Yeah, this is who we are. And I mean, that's the crazy thing about communities. Like, we have to understand there are very, very terrible communities out there where other people just, that's what they believe. That's what they connect with. And we can name loads of them. And I don't even want to name any of those kind of types out there. But we all know there are people that share values and views that are just epically, they marginalize another set of people.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just put it like that. And I guess they're able to make money from it. They're able to get what they want out of it, and whatever they're putting out, they're getting back. They're getting a reflection back. I think that's challenging, man. Super challenging.
Also then brings me to the next person, who's the last person we're going to talk about today. And I had this idea for like just kind of covering all of these kind of toxic spaces about a week ago, maybe not long after we spoke last week. Okay. Yeah. And then obviously the day before us actually doing this, some sad news came through that Kevin Samuels passed away. Right, yeah. And so I was saying, like, when that news came through, I was like, should I really still keep him in the lineup? And I just thought, well, it's not actually being authentic to the topic if he's not. And one of the other reasons why I was like debating or not, because obviously there's just been so much debate online where obviously he's passed away, and there's a set of people that are like, literally singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead."
Yes.
And then there's another set of people that are like screaming like, "Who are all these evil people saying, rejoicing on a man's death?" And I find the idea that that you're unable to critique an individual respectfully after they pass. I don't subscribe to that. I feel like, especially an individual like Kevin Samuels, where, whilst there are undoubtedly a lot of people out there, a lot of men out there, and women as well, who like got value from what he did. Right. There's a hell of a lot of people out there that were offended, and that was his MO of like just shooting straight from the hip, and I think, not sparing your feelings.
And that's the hill that I would die on, even though I don't know Kevin Samuels. I've never ever, and I mean, I've heard what he said and I've listened to what he said, and you can hear the sense he's trying to kind of connect and the sense he's trying to put into the mix. Plus, at the same time, he's a person who, doesn't care how you take what he said. I believe that he would embrace the notion of being challenged.
Yeah, absolutely.
And critiqued.
Yeah.
And then would give his response, just as much as he's giving someone else the floor.
And I think there's absolutely a difference between going, ha ha ha, Kevin Samuels is dead, da da da, and actually being like, let's look at what this man said and what this man stood for and analysing that. You know, I think there's a difference.
And I mean, it's crazy because the circumstance in which he's died just feel odd.
Yeah.
I haven't read too much into it, but
so he was with a lady.
Yeah, he went out with her. She was a nurse or something.
Nurse and heart attack and whatever. Let's play this clip. So this clip is like I feel like this is kind of classic Kevin Samuels, kind of talking about what he talks about, and I think it's also quite funny the fact that I got the clip that where he's on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Because
what would be one of the biggest takeaway tips you could give to women in the current dating marketplace to lock down a high value guy?
Stop. Because only 10% of you gonna get it. I'm sorry. Look, look. One of the biggest, 20% of you can qualify for it.
Look at how my man's acting.
Maybe 10% of you will.
he was so excited. You can imagine when Kevin was on there. He was like, "Oh my God, it's Kevin."
You can. I don't begrudge you wanting what you want. But are you an 8, 9, and 10? Well, actually, an adjustable 6, 8, or 9 in the look. And are you an 8, 9, or 10 in the body? If not,
in the body. Hey, sachet away.
It's a South Beach. You don't come to South Beach if you're rocking a one-piece. This is two-piece town. This is a bikini town. Mm-hmm. So this high-value thing has worked because it just says women are hypergamous. They want to consolidate on the highest value man possible. But that may be different. See, that's possible. What's possible for Tina is not possible for Angie, is not possible for Hillary. So now I got women finally asking themselves the question, what does the kind of man that you want from a woman?
Put it back on that one.
And that's why I'm sitting here and I'm like, and I hear when I first started talking about this same kind of concept that, honestly, it's been floating around the sphere a lot, you know.
The manosphere.
Stuff for years, but moment in time it hit. Some of my detractors like, you're so mean, you're so rude, you're so this, you're that. But you know what? The women are saying, I like your delivery, I like your approach, your honesty, because what they're doing is not working.
Right.
Look on your left finger and ask yourself, are you sporting the wedding ring of a man of value? If not, it's not working.
Right.
And I would tell women, if they want a high value man, understand. You have to put a lifestyle plan together for that. You have to You have to really scrutinize yourself inside and out, head to toe. You got to be brutally honest. Then you're going to have to do something most women aren't willing to do. Mm-hmm. Develop a financial strategy to enter into the market. It costs money to live in these areas, to be around men like this.
Yes.
And you're going to have to invest, which means sacrifice. And then educate yourself. You know, if you want to be around a man who's an entrepreneur or a business owner, you have to understand the language, lingua franca of all these things, and then take action.
Man said lingua franca.
Many women just...
You know what? I'm going to just try and overlook the what he was talking.
Okay.
Right? And try and connect on this.
Okay.
He's talking to a particular type. Let me ask that question. Is he talking to a particular type of woman and a particular type of man? Which means that there are people who purport to be in that world that want what he's talking about. And does that make them what he's saying fair? Because from my point of view, all of those value systems don't connect with what I want in a partner. Because when I hear what the notion of a high value man is, it's really based on what he can bring to the table, both financially and physically. Do you know what I mean? That means he could be a great businessman, but could he be a good father?
Yeah.
Could he be a good brother? Could he be a good son? These are the values that I think I hold much higher in regard to a woman. Do you know what I mean? So reverse that, change the pronoun. Do you get what I'm saying? Because for me, yeah, that's cool. But that's a particular type of person who wants that particular lifestyle. And yeah, I've dated in the world where there has been women who move in that particular way. Do you know what I mean?
I've dated bare women like that as well.
You know, and I mean, I will not talk about my financial situation, but at the same time, yeah, the idea of hanging in that space, is that something that is for you? And I think if it is, then maybe the rules of engagement are kind of like what Kevin Samuels is talking about.
I hear what you're saying, because I feel like the disconnect for me when I listen to all of that, very similar to you, I'm like, so where does, and it's going to sound really soppy and people are going to be like, you're a simp, but I'm literally, I listened to all of that and I was like, so where does love come into this? Like, where does meeting somebody, getting to know somebody and falling in love with them? But it's exactly what you said. He's speaking to a completely different set of people that I do not know or understand. And when I think about those set of people, rightly or wrongly, I just feel like, that just feels a little bit lost to me. Like, if you're out here, the whole idea of being out here to find a high value man, like this is what I'm moving on. Yeah. So I don't even want to find somebody that I connect with, somebody that I can speak with, somebody that I can have ideas with, somebody that's going to support me, somebody that I can grow with. Fuck all of that. I want a high value man. And vice versa. Those high value men that are actively looking for a trophy woman. I don't want somebody who's going to challenge me. I don't want somebody that's going to like feel entitled to question me on my bullshit. Like, why would you want a life partner who, because of your financial status, because of your financial standing, will allow you to behave like a fucking fuckboy because she's too scared to say anything because you're the flow of money? To me, that whole situation just feels highly fucking toxic, and I don't understand it. I don't think I ever will.
I think the thing for me, and maybe to add to the soppy part, is that I want a woman who's actively able to make a choice, meaning she's chose me. Mm-hmm. Above all people, above all things, she's saying, this guy is the guy that can X or Y for me, for my life, for my thing, for the things that I value. This guy, I'm making a choice. Do you know what I mean? And it sounds like that is what's negated in this kind of thought process. It's really, no, you're here because of what I can provide as this kind of man. So you have to reach this standard in order to even be in this space. Yeah. But I mean, we have to take into consideration they're in Miami first and foremost. Yeah. Fresh and fit, anyway, specifically. And yeah, there are some people that are looking for what Kevin Samuels is saying, and more power to them. And I hope that they are happy, because essentially, after it all, isn't that what it's meant to be? Everyone's meant to be happy at the end of it all.
It's true, but I mean, I don't. This maybe I haven't lived, but I feel like this path, your happiness is gonna be temporary.
Yeah, man.
Because it's based on, so from the woman's perspective, your happiness is based on this man being a high value man.
That might make her happy,
but that can change.
Yeah, we know it's a fluctuating.
So that can change. So when he's not, if God forbid something happens and he's no longer a high value man,
does that mean you leave?
There you go. And on the flip, your happiness as a man is based on this painting, this lengting.
And time is gonna pass, and
it's gonna savage her body.
Oh my God! Oh, that's savage. Yo, listen, time is not a friend to us all. Yeah?
At all.
That's savage.
At all.
Yeah, things are gonna shift, and I think we can also go on the other side. Just once again, not playing devil's advocate, but just trying to be balanced. You can still fall in love, and you can have all of those other aspects which draw you guys together, and still go around and have a toxic relationship, meaning you guys split up, or there's divorce, or there's something that kind of pushes you guys apart. I understand that.
Yeah, of course.
So really, it's more about, and that's what I'm saying, choice. The idea of choice, and then the big part is communication. You spoke about the fact that, these women essentially, what they're describing in some regard is subordinates. People who stay in line. So how do you guys communicate when the woman is unhappy, when she needs help, when she needs support, and vice versa? And that's what I think is challenging in that. And it's just like, bro, in some part, they must be happy with that situation. As long as I'm able to pay for this, as long as I'm able to do this, as long as I'm able to do that, I'm happy. Has to be. They have to just be talking to a particular part of a community that we're just not 100% aware of. And so that's how I would tackle it,
Well,
rather than go with the all. Because, bruv, he was saying a lot of things which really, after a while, I kind of glazed over.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck to them, mate.
Bruv, they obviously, well, unfortunately, you know, Kevin Samuels, is not with us no more.
Yeah.
But Fresh and Fit, I don't know. I mean, hopefully they're happy with what they're doing and how they're getting what they're getting. And obviously there's people out there who believe in that. And it's good luck to them, bruv.
Do you know what I say?
The classic, innit?
Bring back love.
Look at this. No, I want to say the other one.
What?
The new classic, which is thoughts and prayers to... That's the new classic. So, thoughts and prayers to everyone involved. That's how it goes down now, bruv. I'm telling you.
Oh, mate. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah. I don't know, man.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. This one was hard. This pod was hard. Because a lot of what was being said, we couldn't agree with. We couldn't really joke on. Because some of it was quite... Bro, like, some of it was quite... Hard is the wrong word, I think. It's just like... Fam, how can we sit here and totally acknowledge some of that? You have to kind of look over some of that to even comment.
Yeah.
The dad.
What dad?
You can't forget the dad. The dad with the daughter, and you don't know the primary school.
Lerone.
Oh, man. Bro, I would hate to be that child.
So, what I want to do now, yeah? Let's just say this episode was the Toxic Olympics. Okay? I want a 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Out of what?
Out of the individuals that we've seen.
Oh, who's number one?
So we'll start in third place.
Okay.
Is that in third place?
Right.
So who's third place for the Toxic Olympics?
Third place for me would be... oh my gosh. Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fresh and Fit.
Okay. Third place. Second place?
Second place, I'll give Costello.
And first place?
Oh, come on. It's the dad, bro.
Leroy.
The dad, man. Oh, bro. Because the ramifications of that are, you know, so far, they're so deep.
Yeah.
There's 9 young individuals who are now going to have to connect with a man who is not really engaged in their upbringing.
I genuinely hope that after making that show,
I think it's fake.
And watching it, no. Number one, I hope we're talking about an actor.
So wait, hold on. Was yours 1, 2?
That was absolutely mine.
Oh, okay.
That was absolutely mine. I feel like I really hope if we're saying that this is true, as people in the comment sections have been saying, I really hope that this was like you watch something back and sometimes you're just like, what the fuck? Like, rah, man looked like a dickhead. And then that was like a real changing moment in your life where you're like, nah, you know what, fuck this. I need to fix up. And I really hope so. Like for his sake, for the children's sake, for everybody else involved's sake, because it's just like that's never a good look, man.
Never, man. Because it's the amount of kids that are involved. That's the thing, and we know where a lot of our issues as adults stem from.
Yeah,
those moments as children. You know, those childhood issues can really turn into something to create the toxicity.
Yeah, even like, the mum in that show, she was saying about how, so the mum's Nigerian, the guy is a Jamaican. I said that like a real African, a Jamaican. A Jamaican.
Mikey, you are going out with your Jamaican. Jamaican.
And the daughter really wants to know her Jamaican side of the family. And she was just like, Mum, I'm half Jamaican. I don't know anything about Jamaica. I felt that was really sad. It was really sad.
Ah, man.
But there you go.
This was a tough pod, bro.
There you go. Well, next week we want to do. There's going to be more female focused. Oh my God. Don't worry, Amber Heard's going to be top of the list.
How can we even? I'm going to have to do some rehearsals to myself at home to try and see how I can be as less triggering as possible. I mean, obviously it depends on what I find, though. It depends on what I find. And I know you're going to make it very saucy.
But I feel like at the moment, because there's just so much to pick from, I feel like it could be all about Amber.
But the Amber thing, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Really, if I'm honest, I really want to talk about that when it's done.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know why.
I can't promise that.
Yeah, I know, which is fair enough. I mean, this is the rules I gave myself, didn't I? Listen, when the lights come on,
you can't start to take shit now.
I'm going to comment in it. It's facts.
But yeah.
Alright.
Bro. Chophouse.
Chophouse, mate. We didn't get to chop too tough because
That's alright. When the camera locks, I'm gonna kill it. Guys, thank you very much for watching or listening. Please, if you're not already, follow us on Instagram. That's Chophouse Pod. For those of you that are following us already, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to
tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And obviously on the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share it. Help us grow, make us become millionaires.
Become millionaires. Russ was already a millionaire, by the way.
This is not true. Michael is. You know, that's what millionaires do. They always put it onto somebody else.
No, you see,
that's why earlier on when he was like, I can't talk about how much I earn. High value man, right there.
High value man. Oh my gosh. Oh my.
We're out. Peace.